Good morning and welcome to Small Business USA and our Ask the Expert call with Shannon Boyle. Today we are talking about healthcare and changing your team's wellness and improving profits.
Hey,
so Shannon, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on today's call with you because it's so important, because if you are not looking at the healthcare for yourself and your team, you are losing money. So business owners, you're all on this call today because you want to learn how to make more money, right?
Absolutely. I think people underestimate this, Shannon. Like, corporate America gets this. We keep a lot of people on our board that are from corporate America because I think corporate leads small business. What they're doing comes around, and they've proven over and over again that there's more productivity when you have healthier employees. There's more engagement, there's better service, there's less sick calls, there's less benefits paid out, there's a million things. But I think today, let's just talk about productivity, because small, medium-sized business owners, when people call out sick and when they're not working as hard and as fast as they could, we're losing money, right?
Yeah.
So how do we do this with our teams? What's the deal?
Well, first off, you always know to look to the better leaders, right, for inspiration. So why is it that all the top visionaries, every top business guru, millionaire, like Tony Robbins, Marie Forleo, they're saying take care of your body, eat clean, exercise, move more, pay attention to your health. That's not just static. That's not just mumbo jumbo. They know that's where your creativity is, that's where your productivity is, and that is where your profits hang out.
Oh my God, so true. I can't tell you, if I work out and I'm in a great space, the juices just start flowing. I know I'm more productive, I get more done, but it's hard to take that leap of faith, right? There's also those moments you are sitting in your office, you've got so much to do, and the idea of going to the gym for an hour is just daunting, right? It's like, oh my God, how do I stop what I'm doing to make time out for my health? Our brain knows it's the right thing to do, but it's getting over that hurdle.
Logically, it makes sense, right? Like, we know what we're going to do. I'm going to share tips later that you've definitely heard before, but some people take action and some people don't take action. So there's always a choice. So you have to figure out what's your why. Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you need a coach, because what we fall into the habit of, what we're really comfortable of, is breaking promises to ourselves, lying to ourselves, but we find it harder to lie and break promises to somebody else. So having an accountability partner can be a huge game changer in what you already know you want to do, because if you got to call me and say, did I do it or did I not do it? You're going to do it because you don't want to tell me you didn't do it, right?
All right. So tell me, like, how do you help your clients? You work with a lot of clients, you work with a lot of businesses who are changing the lives of their employees. What's your system? Help us out with that.
So my system is quick and it's simple. It's helping you get in there and break your addiction to the processed foods, which will, in a very short amount of time, give you more clarity, get rid of your brain fog. And when you can get those things lifted, then your creativity comes in, you're inspired in your job, you have more energy. So you can't do anything without energy. You have to have energy. I'll tell you a quick story. So I have a client who is a top CEO at one of our top banks here in America. And she signed on with me. She was about a week into our program, which is enough to already see results. And when she came to me, she goes, I just want to lose a little bit of weight and I want to break my addiction to sugar. So that was our goal. And I said, well, how's your stress level? She goes, really? I'm not stressed ever. I handle it so well. I was like, I admire you, because most people don't say that. So fast forward to week 2 of working together, her whole program erupted in business. Her CEO said, we don't like what you're doing. You got 2 weeks to change this live event. Go. And she was like, wow, all of a sudden the stress hit, but she'd already been on track, eating clean, sleeping better, having more energy, getting a coaching accountability call every week. And so she handled it with grace and dignity, to the point where her teammates, her boss's boss, all recognized something was different, and they
Really?
complimented her on it, and they said, wow, what is going on? Like, this is amazing. Like, you've carried our whole team and those ahead of us with you through this whole process, and it went off without a glitch. Now, segue to her team partner, who was drinking diet sodas, not eating well, addicted to donuts. She crashed and burned. She got through the program, but the day the program ended, she fainted, ended up in the hospital.
You're kidding.
Look at the difference. Yeah. And the client that I'm working with said, thank God I had found you and started before that process, because it would have taken part of my health.
It's the hardest thing to do, right? It's the one thing that makes so much sense to do for ourselves, but it's the most challenging thing to do.
Yes.
So, let's talk about this president of the company, right? Did she have the motivation to go after it, or how did you help her? What was that shift in her life 2 weeks earlier that made her change and be healthier, eat clean?
Wow. So I have a really powerful but aggressive cleanse that I do with people, and I hold their hand every step of the way. It's short. It's only 7 days, but we get in there and we get it done. So by day 3, her sugar was out the door, so she was in the past living off of gummies and M&Ms and sodas on her desk, trying to get through the day to raise her energy. And then post working together, it was totally different. Her foods were different. Her energy was different. So it's just teaching you and giving you these new tools that you actually will have longer, more sustained energy with creativity and productivity. Like, she even has new ideas for her whole vision in her own career after this. Like, she's like, I can't even believe where my mind is taking me these days.
Right. It's interesting that you said that, and the cleanse and the 7 days and that kickstart. So there were some recent studies that were done last year. So it was reported early in 2016. You probably know this. I'm probably preaching to the choir, but I think it's worth it for business owners because I've been there. You lead a big team, and to get them healthy, it's challenging, right? Because you're also saying, hey, I want you to be healthy. I want you to work out. I want you to eat right, so you take care of yourself. But then here's the stuff you got to get done. Here's what you have to accomplish. And sometimes it doesn't always sound like the same thing. But they found that the 3 best ways to drive that is personalization. So the first one is creating more than 3 different ways that they can get to their goal. Like, personalize their strategy. And I know that you do that, Shannon. Simplicity, which, like you and I'm like that simple. I am not the 7-day cleanse girl. I am going to kick and fight through the whole 7 days, and it's not for me. I like, what can I change every day to make myself a little bit healthier? So you've been a great partner for me in that vein. And then the third thing, though, was having a significant change at the start, like that pop and that wow. And so I'm thinking the 7-day cleanse does that. I know I did the 7-day cleanse, and it did it for me. I was like, it made me think about everything I put in my mouth after. Hated it. But on day 7, I was like, oh yeah, do I really want to put that cheese in my mouth? Do I really want to litter my body with the Diet Coke? Yeah. And it really made me think differently about how I was going to approach the future. So didn't like it, but it worked.
Yeah. So we're all entrepreneurs on this call probably, right? So what we know is that to be a successful business builder, you have to change your thinking, right? It's always about your thinking. So what you just said is, just by changing your food, changed your thinking. Like, that's our goal. That's what we're looking for. So what I have seen in the many, many, many people that I've helped go through this process is that they come in for weight loss, or they come in to reduce some pain or inflammation in their body. But what they come out on the other side is this new way of thinking that will always be theirs. That is their tool. That's what we're trying to give you. It's like, a good coach will work with you to inspire you and motivate you and move you. A great coach is going to give you all the tools so that you don't have to stay attached to that coach, so you can go and fly. Like, you have things that you learned that you will never forget in that process.
And you are very good at that. So I just want to make sure that you are very good at that. You've held my hand and, made me stick with something I didn't necessarily love doing because it's not convenient, right? You gave me tons of solutions, but sometimes like it's all about convenience with business owners. There's no time. And I think that you do find a way to make it easier. Now, this isn't really meant to be like promote Shannon Boyle episode of Small Business USA, but it really is, you do so well with that.
Well, what the point is not, it's not promoting me. It actually is promoting that, what makes the difference? You want to know, why do some people have success with it and some don't? So like if you went on that journey by yourself for 7 days, would you have cheated a little bit or would you have quit? Yes, right? You're like, it's too
hard. Heck yeah. It wasn't as hard as I'm making it sound, but it was inconvenient. And it was having that voice every morning, like my text and that check-in and the recipes and all the things that you did to make it easier. I do think that if you want to jumpstart your healthcare, it's really great to have a coach. It really is important. Just like in business, we talk about in business, it's right to have coaches. People are going to push you. I want to share a really quick story. So I had my immediate leadership team at one point, I think it was like maybe 15 or 16 of them. And I decided that probably 40% of my team was incredibly unhealthy. Even if they weren't overweight, they were really incredibly unhealthy. And we had a couple of them that were incredibly overweight. Their doctors would call them obese. I don't know if I'd call them obese. Doctors have different standards. But so I decided that I was going to have a meeting at the top of a mountain. We were going to hike. I had my admin do like picnic lunches and special backpacks for everyone. And we gave them all backpack at the bottom of this mountain, and we climbed. It was not an aggressive hike. It was a 45-minute hike to the top of this mountain, beautiful vistas. And that's where we had some picnic tables set up, and that's where we held our meeting that day. Well, something really interesting happened during that meeting. I would probably say of those 15 or 16 people, 3 of them were health nuts. They never poisoned their body. They worked out religiously, triathletes, whatever. But the majority of that group was not. There was half of them were moderately healthy. But amazingly, so you watch, right? The athletes, they've got to be the first one up the hill, right? Then nobody's competing with them. They all know who they are. But then there's this group of men and women in the middle who you realize that there's this, I don't want to say shame, but there's this awareness that happened on this hike, that they realized that they weren't as healthy as they thought they were. And then there was a few of them that really fell to the back, and they did everything they could, even though they were a team, even though they were walking up together, they did everything they could to make this 45-minute hike, and they were dying. And what was amazing that happened after it, 2 of those people, first of all, after that hike, we didn't talk about wellness during this meeting. It wasn't about wellness. It was just about having a meeting somewhere healthy and different. 2 of these people went to the gym, started working with health coaches, changed their lives. Today are healthy, happier, productive. They both are leading far bigger programs than they've ever led. Their careers are just amazing. They're happy, right? It's so amazing.
Awesome.
Everyone in that, I would probably say of the entire group, only 2 of them, it didn't shock them into this, I am not the healthiest. And the 2 that ran to the hill the highest and the fastest nominated themselves as our wellness captains. And it changed the environment. But what was most amazing is all of a sudden there was teamwork and collaboration around wellness, which was beautiful. And I think that's something that you are doing with businesses, right? Helping them to have those moments and to make a difference with their employees. And I think it's something that we all need to think about. Do we need to do this? That one day, it didn't cost me anything. It cost me actually less than renting a space for this meeting. It cost me less in food because there were picnic lunches, right? We only served water. There was no cocktails involved. It was one of the least expensive meetings I ever held. The return on investment, priceless.
Yeah.
Results, the teamwork, the camaraderie. I mean, I think when you're in it together, it's easier.
Absolutely. It's always better with company, right? And you brought up so many points. I'm trying to keep it in my head, like what I heard so I could like respond. So basically those two women, they had reached enough of enough, right? So they finally reached their bottom pain point where they were like, I'm not going to settle for this anymore.
Yeah, it was two men actually, but yes.
Two men? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought they were women, but so two men said, that is it. I'm no longer willing to be at this space. And the same happens in your business, right? So if you're looking at your business and saying like, I want it to go to the next level, I want it to open up, I want it to be more expansive. Well, maybe just look at what's going on in your physical body. Maybe you need to open that up, get that more expansive because it's related. So those two gentlemen went on to be more creative, more productive, better businesses. It's all related. It's a holistic approach. Like, you know, that word is out there. It's the buzzword now, holistic. It's a holistic business model, right? Mm-hmm. You brought that into your environment and you saw a return on your investment. And I promise you, there is going to be a return on your investment. You don't get to get healthier and not reap the benefits.
And I don't think you have to be healthy to create a wellness environment. I think there's people like Shannon, like so many others that are out there helping you build that healthy environment. And it's not a huge investment. It's a small investment.
Let's talk about the 7 tips I just pulled.
Okay.
There's a bazillion, but let's just start simple because it's always about keeping it simple, keeping it doable so that it can become replicatable over and over. So number 7 is just to lower your body mass index, your BMI. So you want it lower than 25. You can go on, it's called bmi.gov, and just plug in your weight and your height and see where you're at. Just losing 10 pounds is enough to make a difference in your life. Mm-hmm. So setting a small goal, getting clear on where you're at and where you need to go, getting enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night so that your body can rest and repair itself. Number 5 is move more and move faster. So no matter where you are today, just make it more and make it a little bit faster. If you're only walking for 10 minutes, make it 11 minutes and make it a little bit faster. So just a small step, right? Number 4, add more veggies to your diet. They, typically want us around 7 servings. So don't get overwhelmed. There's really simple ways that you can do this. You can have a big, delicious salad and throw a ton of extra veggies on that. That's almost all your servings, right? Add some veggies to a morning smoothie and you got a little more veggies in your life. We don't even need to stress on the fruit because most of us are pretty good about popping some fruit in our mouth because we like the sweetness, but just concentrate on more veggies, more water. Just adding in water can make such a big difference.
Oh my God. I just met a girlfriend who I had not seen in like a month because she was traveling. And we met together for lunch and she looks so incredibly different and beautiful. And I don't even know. And I just kept looking at her and I said, what's the difference? Like, I don't know. Like, I thought she got a facelift. I'm like, come on, mate, what's that time? She definitely has the money. I'm like, what happened? Like something so different. I can't put my finger on it. She goes, I started drinking 2 extra glasses of water a day. And she said, I've been so deliberate. I can't even tell you, Shannon. I'm like, come on, there has to be something else. She goes, no, 2 extra glasses of water when she woke up and when she went to bed every single day.
So how about
looked significantly different.
How about in your business with your team, you throw a little challenge out there, like who can drink 2 extra glasses of water a day, or set like who can drink 8 glasses of water a day. Typically you want half your body weight in water. So who can hit that every day? So set a little challenge. Dehydration causes brain fog. It causes fatigue. It causes crankiness. I mean, if you're dehydrated, if your team is dehydrated, your productivity is down.
Right.
Your energy is
True.
down.
True.
Yeah.
So, and as my daughter says, because she learned in horses, if you pinch your skin and it doesn't go back, she said, you need to drink more water, Mom.
Everybody do a quick thing.
I said, just don't pinch by the eyes. That's all.
Yeah. Well, your daughter
All right.
is smart. She has a lot of wisdom. Number 2 is proper supplementation, just to make sure that you are getting what you need as far as vitamins, minerals, herbs, the nutrients that we're not getting in our food sources. And supplementation, guys, is just that. It's supplementation. It's not like pop a vitamin and eat all the crap you want. It doesn't work that way. It's like do all these other tips I'm talking about and then round it out with some proper high-quality supplementation. And number 1, cut out soda and fast food. Like that sounds like a biggie, and it is a biggie for most of us. Those are addictions. Like if we can just remove those, you will be amazed at what your body does in response, weight-wise, memory-wise, energy-wise. So my point is, that was a lot of information.
Right.
Today, just take one of those. Take one. Add them into your life. Keep it going until it becomes your new habit. Keep it going until it becomes lifestyle that you don't even notice that you're doing it anymore. It's just like brushing your teeth. Then add another one and put that in until it feels so good. It's just so normal. And that's how you layer it. Like I didn't get where I am today by starting yesterday.
Right.
It's been years of practice and, years of saying, I'm going to make a decision today and this is my decision. We all get to make choices. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I heard a couple things, it's not a diet. It's not about a diet, right? It's a no diet diet. It's eat healthier, move more. And I do want to bring up something that's been pretty, I want to talk to you about some trends too that have been really prevalent in larger businesses. And I think that we need to pay attention in this small and medium-sized business environment. But, I think millennials have taught us, if nothing else, work to make a life, not just a living, right? And we keep hearing not work-life balance anymore. That's Gen X. That's my generation. But work-life integration. And how do you find that balance? And so some of the trends that are really being talked about really loud and clear, and maybe it's because of all the chaos in the world, is ensuring that your mental health and your team's mental health is protected as well. And so I want you to weigh in on stress, mental health. Like I love, MindWorks. Like it's a supplement that I take because I feel that I think we were saying the other day, it's like for adults with ADD, which is every business owner I know, but it focuses me and keeps me clear. But talk to me about, finding your inner strength and where does that play in with corporate America is going after that behavioral health. And I think it's so important. And we have teams that we need to pay attention to that too. And sometimes it starts from within to get to the eat healthier, move more, right?
Well, I mean, just having, the handful of clients that I have in big corporate America, it's such a broken system, right? So your company, I mean, we all work for ourselves, but say you work for big corporate, right? They're not taking care of you. So it's your job to take care of you. If you are lucky to be an entrepreneur, that's your job. So, I mean, just this client that I gave you the example of, the stress. So stress is real. Stress is like the thing that is going to take you down the fastest. It causes the inflammation, it causes the weight gain, it causes the anxiety, it causes all those things that are lower vibration that we want to get out of there. So today we are touching a lot on food. Changing your food can reduce stress and reduce anxiety. Being hydrated can reduce your stress and your anxiety. But then there's more modalities. There's meditation and exercise. You have to pick up these tools in your toolbox. It's so important. You're a small business owner, medium business owner. It's probably the hardest thing you've ever done, minus raise children, because it takes so much. You wear so many different hats. You've got to be able to juggle so many things at once. And all business owners, I'm willing to bet, are highly creative thinkers. When you're a highly creative thinker and you don't get in control of all those thoughts, it can go haywire. When it goes haywire, it looks like stress. When it looks like stress, it looks like disease and inflammation and weight gain.
Right. It just, I don't know, it's my own little theory, but it seems like stress distracts your body from taking care of the reparative, restorative functions of everything else that plagues you, you know, and it just, I do think that it's so important. Can you tell me, one of our members sent me an email and asked, and I don't even know how to pronounce it actually, do you believe in Ayurvedic? A-Y-U-R? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what those are, and because that is something that's trending, these Chinese herbs, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not just the herbs, it's a lifestyle. It's the Ayurvedic way. If you all know Deepak Chopra, that's his way. It's about finding balance, about using herbs. It's about quieting your mind. It's about living in balance and harmony. So we have these high stress lives. So it's important and imperative that we find the quiet, calm balance. So it's like the yin and the yang. You have to have both. You have to have both. Even if you had too much quiet and too much, yang, you'd be missing the yin, so it's important to have both. And that's what the Ayurvedic method promotes and teaches. Yeah.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? If anybody has a question, you can type it in the Q&A or the chat and we can answer that. Well, while we're waiting for any questions, Shannon, answer this for me. Are you ready? Let's go back to that quote. Work to make a life, not just a living. If you were helping a business leader today, how would you start them on that journey?
I would say, call me. Call me. I will change your life. I will change your company's life. I will help you make more money. I will help with energy, clarity. And even if you don't buy any of the programs I offer or any of the recommendations I give, that one call is still going to change your life because you're going to get clarity from it. So you're going to have focus of like, okay, what's the next step? And you're going to be motivated to make a change.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. One thing that I really believe in with Small Business USA is when you have that focus and you are really focused on where you're going and what you want to do and what you want your life to look like in 5 years, it simplifies the job that you're doing and it makes it easier to find that integration. And we're so lucky as business owners, right? We have the ability to make our own schedule. And like right before I got out here, I went for a quick run outside with the dog. I'm like, you just don't get to do that in a corporate environment. So we're all so blessed to be business owners that are on this call. But I really believe take advantage of the fact that you can create work-life integration and do it in a place that's so healthy for you. And I love the offer, Shannon. It doesn't cost you anything to call Shannon. You're not obligated to anything, but thank you for offering to help our members and answer those questions and give them a reason to bring it to the next level, either if it's for them or for their team. They could be health nuts. And, the last person I want to listen to sometimes is that crazy, those two people that made it up the mountain in my story. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to bring a gallon of water to work every day and drink it. I don't want to listen to that fanatic. I want to listen to somebody real that's going to help me
fanatic
move forward.
Is unhealthy as well. It's too much.
Yeah.
Back to that balance. And just in closing, because most of us, if not all of us on this call, are entrepreneurs, and I hope that you all have gotten the wisdom and know that all great things come from taking risk, that I recognize changing your health is a big change, and it's scary, and it's like you don't know where to start. It's just being willing to take a risk. We know all the magic hangs out there in that risk zone. So just be willing to trust it and to follow what I'm telling you as I've walked the walk. I mean, my business, Colleen, in the last quarter has increased by 5 times. And it's not because I'm a really good business mind, but I practice what I preach. I have to put all this into place myself. I'm a small business owner. These tools have to be in practice all the time to grow my own business.
Thanks. Awesome, Shannon. Tell people how to get a hold of you, please.
So my website is integratedhealthandhealing.com, and there's a click here for free consult all over my website. All you have to do is click on it. We will be connected. I would love to talk to you guys. I would love to help inspire you and see where you're at and how I can help you increase your profits.
So integratedhealthandhealing.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shannon. This was great. It's valuable. And I thank you for your time. And everyone, please
drink your water.
Drink your water, right?
I'm going to drink some water right now.
Isn't that amazing? It was amazing. Amazing. That. Yeah. All right, Shannon. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Here's to your success and your health. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.